My husband is embarrassed about my culture and took off the symbol of our marriage because he looked unprofessional. Now he can't accept that it means that we are divorced. When my husband and I got married, we had two ceremonies, one from my culture and one American-style wedding. In my culture, both spouses wear a gold bangle symbolizing marriage. It's not just jewelry, it's molded onto your wrist and isn't meant to be removed. It carries generations of meaning, passed down from our parents. After our traditional wedding, I stayed in my home country for a week while he returned early to prepare for our American wedding. When I got back, we finally had dinner together, and I noticed something immediately. His bangle was gone. He told me he thought it was just for the ceremony and said it made him look unprofessional. I reminded him how important it was to me, how we had talked about this for years, and how he had always reassured me he'd wear it, but he dismissed it, saying it held no significance to him. I was crushed. It wasn't just about the bangle, it was about trust, respect, and keeping promises. In my culture, removing that bangle is the same as saying, we are no longer married, and worse, he didn't even talk to me before cutting it off. When I asked to see the bangle, he took me to his place, and I was heartbroken. It had been cut into pieces, melted down, and was beyond repair. This wasn't just an object, it was generations of my family's legacy, and now it was destroyed. I tried to explain all of this to him, how he could have spoken up before we got married, how we could have found a compromise, a removable version, a different design, but he just kept repeating that it wasn't a big deal. I realized he didn't understand the depth of what he had done, and worse, he didn't care to understand. I ended up removing my own bangle, returning his wedding ring, and taking mine with me. My father called him after I told my parents everything. It didn't go well. My dad mourned our marriage like it was already over. He even started sending me phone numbers of men he wanted me to meet. My husband drove to my house 2 nights ago, full of apologies. He said he'd wear the bangle again, that he'd get it fixed, but it's too late. The damage isn't just to the gold, it's to my trust. Even if he wore it now, I'd know he didn't really mean it. We went over other promises he'd made in our relationship, and he admitted there were things he agreed to in the past that he never fully meant. That hit me harder than anything because now I'm questioning everything. He's staying in a hotel nearby, coming over every day to talk, but he's just repeating the same apologies. I've said everything I needed to say, and I feel empty. My dad posted a picture of me wearing my old bangle, subtly implying I'm single again. I've removed all photos of our traditional wedding from my social media. I don't know where we go from here. All I know is that something feels broken beyond repair.